I got most of it. Don't tell. You won't know. Okay. Okay, from the sublime to the ridiculous, and it's slightly disturbing. It was supposed to be a conference call between my West Coast sister and my East Coast sister at 2 today. Somehow the West Coast sister didn't chime in, but so I got an hour's chat with my East Coast sister. And anyway, we got to talking about music, and anyway, I mentioned Tom Lehrer. I can't remember why I mentioned him, but we got to discussing a couple of his songs, and she did this thing that sort of drives me nuts, but I'm getting used to it. While I'm on the phone talking to somebody, they're looking on their smartphone and looking up information that I can't remember because I haven't looked at it for 30 years. But anyway, he was a guy that wrote a bunch of funny songs and satirical songs, and she was able to tell me, yeah, well, he's 95, he's still alive, and he's 95 years old today. I haven't heard anything about his life, really, except he's 95 years old. Anyhow, this is a song which I don't want any people of Irish background to be offended. He called it an Irish ballad. There's really not much Irish about it. But you'll see why I say it might be a little disturbing. Now, if I can just figure out the best key to sing it. Yeah, that's a good key. About a maid I'll sing a song, sing rickety tickety tin. About a maid I'll sing a song who did not have her family long. Not only did she do them wrong, she did every one of them in. She did every one of them in. One morning in a fit of pique, sing rickety tickety tin. One morning in a fit of pique, she drowned her father in a creek. The water tasted bad for a week, and we had to make do with gin. We had to make do with gin. Her mother, she could never stand, sing rickety tickety tin. Her mother, she could never stand, and so a cyanide soup she planned. Her mother died with a spoon in her hand, and her face in a hideous grin, her face in a hideous grin. You got an idea about the chorus now, and I'm glad maybe your daughter's not here to get any ideas. Yeah, right. Actually, I have a story about it. I knew someone who did himself in with that stuff. Didn't know him very well. Well, she sent her brother she weighted her brother down with stones, sing rickety tickety tin. She weighted her brother down with stones and sent him off to Davy Jones. All that they ever found was bones and occasional pieces of skin, occasional pieces of skin. She set her sister's hair on fire, sing rickety tickety tin. She set her sister's hair on fire, and as the flames rose higher and higher, she danced around the funeral pyre, playing a violin. At least she was a musician, playing a violin. She cut her, this is the most disturbing verse. She cut, because it's got good rhymes. She cut her baby brother in two, sing rickety tickety tin. She cut her baby brother in two and served him up in an Irish stew. She cut her baby, no, it's one morning when she had nothing to do, she cut her baby brother in two, then served him up in an Irish stew and invited the neighbors in, invited the neighbors in. Best verses now. It's not as bad as those other ones, I guarantee you. And when at last the police came by, sing rickety tickety tin. And when at last the police came by, her little pranks she did not deny. For to do so she would have had to lie. And lying she knew was a sin. And lying she knew was a sin.